Good morning, everyone. It is God o'clock, and I am your host, the Six Zulika. I'm pretty sure I have a sinus infection, which will be interesting if I'm um, trying to sing special music this weekend. Um, it's about two. Well, God o'clock for me started like 2:30, so now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, I believe. So, uh, first I started in Isaiah chapter 40, verses 3 through 5. And let's see, that's the verse that says, "Prepare the way of the Lord by making the valleys, like filling in the valleys and laying low the mountains, making the path straight through the wilderness, like a straight highway for the Lord." Um, that's where I started this morning. And that kind of tied into my devotional for the day, um, which talks about the end times. Um, Revelation chapter 13, verses 11 through 17 says, give me a second here. There we go. Revelation chapter 13, verses 11 through 17. There we go. Okay, here we go. Then I saw another beast come up out of the earth. He had two horns like those of a lamb, but he spoke with the voice of a dragon. He exercised all the authority of the first beast, and he required all the earth and its people to worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed. He did astounding miracles, even made fire flash down to the earth from the sky while everyone was watching. And with all the miracles he was allowed to perform on behalf of the first beast, he deceived all the people who belonged to this world. He ordered the people to make a great statue of the first beast who was fatally wounded and then came back to life. He was then permitted to give life to the statue so that it could speak. The statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on their right hand or on the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. So, going into the beast and stuff is, how do I say it? Quite advanced for me to be able to explain myself yet. I hope to be able to understand it all soon, God willing. Um, but for me, it really stuck verses 16 and 17, which was when you'll have to have the mark of the beast, um, in order to buy or sell anything, and how we, at least I, won't be able to get that. God willing, I won't. Okay, that sounds weird. But I don't want to live in the end times, right? Like, I'm in the end times that makes sense to me. But I don't want to be in the end times, Lord. Like, it sounds like a lot of trouble. And I know it's going to be trouble. And I'm really thankful that he knows to tell people it's going to be trouble, right? He's literally laying it out step by step. Like, y'all, this is going to be rough. And I'm telling you these things beforehand so that you'll know. Like, you'll be able to keep watch. I don't want to be there for the very end of it. Like, I don't want to have to fly into the mountains and live in the mountains. But if I have to, I will. I just don't want to. um, well, that goes back to prepare the way of the Lord, right? While we don't have to be in the mountains right now, we should be learning how to be in the mountains when we need to, right? We should be learning how to garden, how to sew, how to tie knots, right? Like, we should all be pathfinders and adventurers right now in our spare time. Because when we know something is coming, usually we prepare for it, right? If you have a marathon or a 5K, you start training for it. If you have a baking competition or if you're going out to Chopped or something, you prepare. So, what are we doing to prepare the way of the Lord physically, right? Like, that's what interpretation I have of it. What are you doing? You being me. What am I doing to be ready for that time when society rejects us because we don't have the same mark as everybody else? Personally, me, not much. I gotta work on that. um, that's one interpretation. But also, it swings back to the whole of the devotional for this quarter, which is managing your money. We won't have much money, but if we don't know how to manage what we have, whether it's our assets, our wealth, our physical stuff, right? Like, how will you know how to be ready for the winter if you don't know how to do it now, right? How will you know how to live on less if you've never tried it before? You know, like, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit because I don't know, not really toot it. I just want to tell you guys what happened yesterday. So I'm a sucker for buying clothes. Oh my goodness, I love shopping, and I was like, I just wish I had more clothes. I wish I had more of a selection. So I found all these good clothes on one of my favorite websites, and I was like, I got it down to only spending $100, and that would include free shipping, of course, and it would be like 12 items, like 10 to 12 items for $100, and I was like, oh yes, because I don't think I've seen any clothing that would fit me on the island yet. Again, it's only been about 6 or 7 weeks, so there's time to find stuff if I really needed it. But that's the thing. I don't need it. So I was about to hit send, y'all. I was so close to hitting send, and I was like, hey God, I heard no. What? I said, I didn't even ask nothing yet. He said, no, don't do it. I was like, okay, maybe we're in a rough patch right now. Maybe you're not happy with me. Let me ask you like an hour. So I was like, hey God, it's been like an hour. I'd like to ask you a question. And he was like, what's your question, baby? I said, can I? He said, no. I was like, but look what it'll do. Lord, a white shirt? Can I not get a white shirt? What about this? What about this and that? And won't this look cute? It's all modest. It's not like I'm trying to show, my stuff. I'm just trying to increase my wardrobe, but also, have some interest statement pieces and have some like general regular basics. He said the basics that you need are self control, disciplined, planning. I was like, oh, this is rough. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time later because I'm in the middle of all these kids. So I was in the bathroom and I closed the door, locked it, and I was like, how about now? How about now? Can I get it now? And he said, no. I was like, oh my goodness. But then I started thinking, how many times am I gonna have him say no to me? And I was like, why can't I just be obedient the first time? Why can't I just understand the no and not question it? It's okay to question it, but why can't I just listen to his no when I ask him for it? I don't ask him for a no, I ask him for an answer. But I I deleted the whole tab and it hurt my heart to see all of my work. It takes a while to look at different size guides and all of that. But I felt really proud of myself that I didn't go forward without him. Because again, I could justify this day and night, but he wants me in my heart to prepare the way for the Lord, where my strengths and my weaknesses are leveled so that he can build something new in me, so he can create a new heart where I don't have sinkholes and potholes or tall, jagged cliffs, just smooth terrain for him to build his kingdom on. So, whatever is your valley or your mountain, ask him for help to prepare the way for him, and he will. Thanks, everybody. Please pray that my sinus infection goes away before special music in 2 days. Otherwise, my joyful noise will be just that, joyful, and maybe not so beautiful. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.